seemed we have Org were always incredibly desperate to remain in control, and they would overinvest to do so. We'll have to see if they've tried to sort out that as we move into this again.
Eagle Gaming over on the blue. We have Org over on the red side. Already 5 seconds to go. There can be a couple of change-ups, but I doubt it very much. Eagle Gaming running with the 3-3 leaf on Brigitte, and we have Hip on the Zenyatta. A bit of a different comp, though, as well, a variation of 3-3, I should say, as we are seeing Cass on the Moira. Yeah,
Cass going to be bringing out a lot more AoE healing with that Biotic Spray, and it's going to keep everyone more topped up, but there's less damage available, as you would see from the Discord Orb, and Hardest is already going very low.
Hardest going very low. Danny looked like he flanked there, and Nico was there to actually kill him off. I didn't even see where Hardest actually got stunned from, but he did get stunned up. 12 is going to lose his mech, and Midna loses the tank battle in the front line, actually falls to a support in the end as well. Point gets unlocked, and Eagle Gaming will claim the first cap.
And of course, you can have as much healing as you want, but once one person's down, that's one less person to receive that, and we have Org have seen the light, as it were, put Cass over onto the Zenyatta, so the Discord Orb's going to be in play, and Superfoot's had a bit of an extension, but once again, they found Dan, and mate, you've got a big old shield there from your Reinhardt. You should probably stay behind that.
Yeah, your shield has only got 600 life, Reinhardt 2,000, so you know what one you actually want to stick behind. Did look like he got chased off up there to near the server room, and Lilbo used that speed boost. It was super easy. The Eagle Gaming to chase him down. Now look at the ultimates they have. They got that shadow. They almost saw that Graviton Surge as well. 12 is actually going to get instantly demeked, and that leaves Hardest a free and open playing field to just rain in those right clicks.
12's going to have to reset there, and of course Hardest throwing in the Plasma Mortars will build himself up towards that Graviton Surge. And look at Eagle Gaming's ultimate bank here. We have Org have absolutely nothing. Now Midna's hit enough with a Fire Strike to get himself an Earth Shadow, but he's going up against an entire arsenal from the Eagles.
Here's the big set plays we wanted to see. They're going to pin him to the roof. The Shadow's going to come down, actually hit the supports in the back line. Cass is going to fall first. Same with Midna. 12 is going to follow him. Dana just throws himself on the map to make sure he can get back to spawn a lot quicker and not give any additional ult charge over to Eagle Gaming. 2 ult shoes, but still 3 support ults, and that's self-destruct in the bank for Eagle.
Throwbacks here to 1 point versus CIS Hope. Do you really want to try and play these top teams at their game? Eagle Gaming have been together so long, I don't know if we have all can really match them man for man with this composition.
Well, there is the rally coming out from Danet to push everybody forward. That's going to keep them alive for the time being, but so is that sound barrier coming out from Eagle Gaming. Midnight is going to fall first up yet again, but Danet finally finds his revenge on Little Bow, and Hardest is going to get chased down as well. Thing is, at the moment, Hardest has got another Graviton Surge. They've just been feeding him so much charge. He was able to build up another one rather quickly. 85% on the clock as well. That looks like one team fight win for Eagle Gaming. They can just secure control center.
Not only that, they need one team fight win, but in that fight, Jaws, they used 5 ultimates. They used 3 support ultimates. They used a Nerf Shadow, and they used the self-destruct, and they still lost. So we have Org really giving those flashes of mechanical prowess that we keep giving them credit for. We'll have to see if it continues, and out comes the Graviton Surge.
Self-destruct, Graviton Surge to delay Hardest damage and everybody else's damage as well. Superpoot now marching forward. So much charge is heading Hardest's way. Already up to 30% of his ultimate, and with Jofi and Danid already falling, only 1 support remains, and that is Cass. Not too much healing coming out from him at all. Leaf is going to whip shot Midna away, and Waypass just gets chased down to his spawn. They're going to recap the point. Only 34% claimed here from We Have Org, and 90% now for Eagle Gaming, and they've got another Shadow and Graviton Surge coming up soon.
Wayfass has energy to work with, and Midna's going aggressive.
Shadow comes out yet again from Midna, however, he couldn't make anything stick. 99%, and they're all attached to the column. They are still capping the point, however, Harry. 2 people on there, they might just be able to flip it over, but Eagle Gaming are quick to retreat. With that rally in tow, they are so tanky. It's hard for We Have Org to actually take them out. A D-Mech does go onto 12 once more, and Cass is going to end up going down. They're just chasing and corralling Danet into this corner to finally find the execution kill. Eagle Gaming, they're going to secure control center and for 1 point on the board.
It feels like We Have Org aren't currently playing We Have Org's game. They're currently trying to play towards what they think would work the best here. And of course, that can work out. But when you are playing this mirror comp into Eagle Gaming, who are as much of a unit as they are when it comes to these tanky compositions, as we've seen across all the weeks, maybe the better served bringing out something that's a little bit more inventive and can deal with the tanks a bit better. Bring out the Pharah, mix it up, bring out a Widowmaker, a Hanzo. Allow Daned and Wayfast to really excel where we've seen them do so before.
Tank play from Eagle Gaming has looked so good over the last couple of weeks, and it's not too much of a surprise to see this roster coming out. And Flippy just sitting on the sub bench, I mean, waiting for his time to play that Widowmaker, but now Eagle Gaming looking like they want to run quad tank into Night Market. We have Org sticking with that 3-3, and Daned on the Brigitte once again. Obviously, Yofi is going to jump onto that. Lucio and Cass on the Zenyatta.
The big pig is on the field. It's commandeered by Leaf at the moment. Going to be looking for some hooks, and of course his main target may well be Daned once again, because now he's playing a little bit of a rogue warrior away from his Reinhardt a lot of the time, but this time a bit more reserved. They're staying on the point. They're making sure that Eagle Gaming have to move into the swinging hammer of Midna.
I want to just point out how quick Hardest is actually gaining charge here. Just so incredibly fast. A little bit faster than Wayfast, mind you. A charge comes in, and Nico's going to find the kill onto mid there. And now Hardest can just freely right-click. This is what's so dangerous about a fully charged Zarya. Just melts that D.Va mech in Twine. And now Leaf is just going to find the execution kills. Nico chasing everybody off the point also. Those right-clicks, those pulse barrages, plasma barrages, sorry, like you were saying earlier, in a tightly confined space where everybody's retreating, just gain you so much ultimate charge. You have 65 now, and even Super 85 on the Shatter.
Yeah, we have a Plasma Mortar. Like you said, it's incredibly effective as you try to build up towards the Graviton Surge. And you saw Nico there. He was reserved, didn't go into the Zarya bubbles, not feeding over the charge.
Wow, a speed boost from Yofi is going to net him a kill on Super Fluke, and now they can just move forward onto that point. They might want to try and save this charge here. Hardest actually just deciding to buy a little bit more time and build up towards that Graviton Surge. Sometimes with the Zarya, you want to be able to get out of the fight to remain high charge so you can come back in with a bit more of a punch. However, still contesting is Nico, as he does get ejected from the mech, and the point will flip over to We Have All.
And the reward for being able to stay alive and lay down a little bit more fire with that high energy Zarya is that Hardest now has a Graviton Surge ready to go to try and use the retake. We'll probably see him combine it with the self-destructive Nico. Super Fluke's going to charge on through, try and get rid of Midna's shield. The question is, can We Have All deal with the set play that we know Eagle Gaming to be able to bring out?
Hip has the Transcendence as well to stop that Graviton Surge coming through. Speaking of Graviton Surges and Transcendences, that's exactly what just happened from We Have All. They got clumped up in one, but the Transcendence kept them all alive for the time being. Mid did get charged almost off the map, but Super Fluke ended up taking the kill, and now Hip is there at the back. His team's rallying call, and he's going to unleash that Transcendence on the point, keeping everybody alive. Point is still in contention, however, once more, We Have All just want to burn as much time as they can and require an additional percentage. Leave killing Cass, and that'll be Wayfast going down last. Another flip comes through, and only 44% acquired here from We Have All.
Two similar, but two botched set plays there from both Eagle Gaming and We Have All. Eagle Gaming put the D.Va bomb in the wrong place, and everyone was protected by a wall. And We Have All, they went for that combo, Jaws, while Midna was down, so they couldn't get rid of the shield of Super Fluke, and it was just 1,000 damage towards the shield and nothing else.
Another speed in from Yofi. He goes very low, but it doesn't matter because Midna is in the front line tanking most of that damage. The beat is going to come out from Midna, and he finds that Earthshatter on the ground. Only sending one, however, and it is going to be Leaf, so he's going to be able to get back up because his tanks are just so formidable in the front line. That shield coming through from Super Fluke won't save him for long, however, as he does get stunned and killed by Daned. Midna now swinging for the fences, trying to build up additional percentage on that Earthshatter, and once again, Eagle Gaming just corralling themselves on the point to waste as much time as possible, but once again, gets flipped over. A bit more of a close contestation in this map than it was in Control Center.
And Eagle Gaming were comfortable there to realize that it was probably going to be over after they used the Samba. Instead, they've banked up 5 ultimates to try and go for this retake, and they're going to be in a commandeering position if they can flip this point, because they only require 24% to claim Lijiang Tower in its entirety. Wayfar's going to be trying to do something here, building up towards a Graviton Surge. There's not much to combine with it.
Well, they still have that Graviton Surge mixed with that self-destruct, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Explosions galore. Nico takes out 2, and even Hardest getting some in the back line as well. A couple of right clicks doom the rest of We Have Org. Eagle Gaming find themselves a quick clean kill and a quick recap.
I'm not sure to what degree the investment of a Transcendence there from Hip was helpful towards this. Maybe it kept everyone from Eagle Gaming alive, made sure they could try and follow through on that combination, but it would be far more useful moving in to try and work against Wayfast and this Graviton Surge, which is the last hope of We Have Org.
We Have Org rallying up, dashing straight to the point once again, making beautiful utilization of that speed up from that Lucio. Eagle Gaming going to do the same thing, and a Graviton Surge comes out from them too, but that rally up, the self-destruct is enough to delete all that armor and delete Super Fluke and Hardest as well. Cass in the back line, suffering from concussion now as Leaf smacks him over the head a couple of times, but Wayfast is going to say he's had enough of it and execute Leaf by just punching him off the edge. Danik comes back on his also famous Doomfist, and in overtime are able to cap the point.
Big Daddy Doomfist has returned from Danev. The question is he going to be staying on it? He's built himself up a little bit of shield and a little bit of progress towards a Meteor Strike as well, but of course it's not a usual part of this particular sort of mix-up of a roster, and now he's going to be hiding in. He's doing a bit of scouting, but We Have Org working with very little healing here.
3D peeks around the wall, does try and find a kill, and he does. Charges up that rocket punch and sends Super Fluke flying. He's going to get out with 20, sub 30 HP, also 99%. Eagle Gaming have routed, and they have completely lost the map. Incredible switch up from Danid at the end. We know him for his Doomfist play. We wanted to see it, and at the end, it came in clutch.
And we have Org there really understood their win conditions. They knew they only had Volucio and the Zenyatta for healing. They won't be able to sustain a long fight, so what they need to do is they need to strike hard. They need to strike fast, and they need to strike in one particular place. And that particular place, unfortunately for him, was Superbluke, who got absolutely turned into jelly inside that armor as he was pushed up against the wall by Daned. And we have Org, well, the remainder of Eagle Gaming were just fried up.
Served on a nice dish with chips.
Do you reckon Eagle tastes nice? Actually, that's probably offensive to some Americans.
Yeah, maybe so, but I don't know. Maybe it tastes...
Do the French have eagles? I don't know where eagles live.
America, I know, but other than that, God knows. Geography lesson, not a strong point. We've already been through this Legday.
Or geozoology.
Well, Danid is actually staying on the Doomfist. They're going triple DPS. Definitely not something we usually see on Gardens.
Indeed, and Yofi moving over now onto the Mercy. Danid trying to get his way out, but Leaf's going to smack him down as he goes for it, and now way fast. He's going to be trying to pick up the pieces, but he's under pressure from Nico.
Nico does take a fair bit of fire as
see you, buddy.
Up there. Uh-oh, Leaf. Yeah, you're in the wrong place, buddy. You've got to watch out for fire. She will boot you in if you're on that bridge. And terrible memories are now flooding back to me, Harry, as I do move over that bridge and get booped every single time when I play support.
Indeed you do, but Eagle Gaming's managed to boop everyone from We Have Org off the point and claim the first cap. Now We Have Org are trying to make an entrance, but Nico fell off into Koifu.
I think Nico accidentally used his thrusters, couldn't get back up, and actually way fast. That means he's got a free ultimate. That barrage killing off two, and another rocket to secure the third. They're going to flip the point over with only Eagle Gaming acquiring 16%.
Usually birds eat fish, but this time, it's the other way around. Eagle Gaming going to have a little bit of a swap up here. Hardest moving over onto the Roadhog. He's going to try and potentially get some of those environmental kills as well by pulling them into the pond. But they're going to have to be very careful moving through here because Danid is lying in wait. Leafs found him though, so it's a quick retreat.
I love how they knew exactly where he was hiding. Sometimes it's fairly easy to telegraph if you watch a lot of VODs of Danid, actually where he's going to hide. He has got a couple of Doomfist accounts on ladder, and he is extremely good, but avoiding those hooks, not so much as Hardest does. Hook, line, and sinker him. Hip's actually going to leave that coalescence and Kamehameha Jofi almost out of the air. Now pushing onto the point, they are almost going to get a full cap, and the healing coming out from Eagle Gaming a little bit too much, but we have to bear now. There will be a Transcendence coming through from Cast to make sure they're all kept alive, and Little Bo gets knocked off the edge, so in fact, We Have Org right now are in a very good position, and even Danid finding his ultimate as well. They're going to find an extra 2 kills, and no matter the healing from Eagle Gaming coming out, We Have Org have got the damage, and they're putting it where it hurts.
And not just for damage, it's for vanilla damage as well. Way Fast and 12 have kept their DPS ultimates ready to go. Hardest, he's scrambling here. He's decided to go for McCree, and We Have Org are 40% away from winning their first map here against Eagle Gaming. And now, Way Fast ready, looking to lay down the barrage, but of course he's got to be mindful of Hardest, who can flashbang him or just shoot him out of the air wholesale. Misses the concussive blast, and he's going to have to think about where he's going to be now. Hardest gets taken out by 12, so I have a little bit of a long-range snipe there.
And with no mercy either, they can't actually go for this res, so they have to spend more time waiting for them to actually go back. They can see now, switching over to the Tracer. Danid getting stunned up once again, playing a Doomfist against a Brigitte. Not something you'd normally want to do. So that's 1 DPS for 1 DPS, but Hardest is going to get back rather quickly. Sound Barrier coming out from Eagle Gaming, and a solo barrage from Wayfast to eliminate Superpoop from the fight, who had to kite round because there was too much damage coming his way. And now, Leaf trying to, and actually forcing the Transcendence out of Cass as they move on to the point, but it might actually work in their favor. 99% to 16, still We Have Org fighting. 12 ends up falling down, but Wayfast is still uncontested in midair, and Danid as well, as he unleashes that Meteor Strike, goes to the floor, but in that bubble, everybody was more than safe. Hardest turned to even more so than jelly there, Harry, is just going to get eliminated. Superfluke now on the point is the Winston, but he's just getting choked out completely, trying to taste his enemy Winston down, but there's a Mercy at his back, healing him up the entire time.
Yofi's now the product of his desires, and Leaf will be claiming that in on his own Doomfist. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots here, and the point is 99% still to We Have Org in overtime.
Keep playing Doomfist, it's exciting to watch. Wayfast takes out the mech of Nico, but 12 finally gets back to the point on that Tracer. Does find the 1 clip on Nico as well, so he can't actually get that remake, but Hip, the savior, using that coalescence to take out not 1, but 2 DPS players, and Eagle Gaming finally recap the point.
Perfection is demanded now of the Eagles if they wish to claim the first point here in the series. We Have Org 1 cap away from claiming Lijiang Tower, sitting at 99%. Don't currently have that many ults to their name, but we'll soon have both their support ultimates and a Primal Rage as well. Wayfast looking for an early pick here, and Lilbo doesn't want to be caught out again. Nico going to be running after him, but this time over solid ground.
Nico jumps straight into a bubble as well, laid down by Midna, not where you want to be. Midna's actually going to use that Primal Rage now to bat everybody away. That sound barrier was used there by Eagle Gaming, but not too much incoming fire, and now the majority of it is walking towards Wayfast, or at least trying to. Danid once more on the back line, trying to find a tasty morsel, but almost dies to a mini diva. That would have been rather embarrassing. Not one for the highlight reel.
Definitely not, and that's not one for Leaf either. Didn't see Wayfast coming in behind him, and now Lilbo's under pressure as well. This could be curtains for Eagle Gaming here.
It could very well be, with a little bow going down, and we have Org having members on the point and a full HP damage with that Meteor Strike coming up soon. He just makes an impression on that wall, not of the Winston, because Super Fluke already fell. Overtime now here. However, Eagle Gaming are still using these fast characters to get back to point rather quickly. Leaf using that grapple to try and launch himself over the wall, but it's too little, too late. We have Org end up securing Lijiang Tower.
And this is exactly what I wanted to see. Don't go out and play these tanks against Eagle Gaming. Make them come and play your game. Doomfist versus Doomfist. And Daned, he's like, Leaf, do you know who I am?
That was what I wanted to see from week number 1. I'm just saying. We hyped up Leaf's Doomfist for so long in Season 1. We finally saw it, but Danid beat him to the punch, both figuratively and literally. It's good to see thank you. It's good to see we have Org actually changing up the comps too. We spoke about it in the last series, in fact. Is it better to play the mirror comps when you know a team is just so good at making these set plays?
Yeah, usually you just need to go out and play your own style, and we have Org certainly showed it off there with a triple DPS. They allowed 12s to flex off the Diva onto the hand zone, just overwhelmed the Eagles with too much damage.
Well, we have more action coming up with map number 2. We're going to jump to a quick break, however. We'll see you guys in a bit. Well, Eagle Gaming have been delivered a swift right hook by We Have Org. However, map number 2 coming up very shortly, and we did definitely see a more close game than we expected.
Yeah, we did. And like we said, across most of our games thus far, control can be the great equalizer between teams. Often underdogs can win it out and then get swept for the next 3 maps by a more established team. We'll have to see if Eagle Gaming can recoil from that right hook, get themselves in the zone and try and respawn back. They have selected the next map, Jaws.
Iconvold is going to be the hybrid map of choice for Eagle Gaming. So we're jumping over to this very picturesque German town. Also, not quite picturesque, I guess. There's a few holes and a few buildings.
It's what I'd call dilapidated, to be honest. It was a war zone.
Oh, the castle's pretty nice. From the outside, at least.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to wreck a castle, to be honest.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm surprised the castle stood up to this much damage, considering the Omnics had, like, bombs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of rubble on the ground, I guess. A hole in the door for some reason. Don't know if that's tactical or not.
This is just a homes under the hammer set right now.
Well, we'll see if we have all the tools in their box in order to take Eagle Gaming to match point. Eagle Gaming are going to be on the defense, and it will be. We have Org on the offense. We do get to talk about a little bit of their composition to start us off with. Nico is jumping over to that hand zone. We are going to see Leaf on the Farah. Hip, obviously, he's not going to play Genji, although I'm sure he'd really like to. He's actually going to be on the Zenyatta.
Well, he is for flex support, so we may at some point see him move over to the Roadhog if you see one of those compositions with your double sniper, your triple tank, and your single Mercy. But for now, the trusties in Yata. And Nico, he's going to be sitting on the Hanzo, and we know just how effective Hanzo can be in this current meta. He's mostly known for the younger Shimada with the Genji. Most of Nico's history has been using that, and in a very impressive manner. He built quite a name for himself, but now it's a new meta, Jaws. Genji isn't quite as in vogue as he used to be, and now it's all about his older brother. See if Hanzo is going to be as dangerous as Genji in the hands of Nico.
Well, we'll see if Nico can get on the front page once again. We have Org running with a rather fast composition in way fast, actually getting killed straight away
that
on the
fast,
Tracer.
You're right. Way fast.
Too fast, way fast. Anyway, Midna is going to be on that Orisa, so definitely different from a normal attacking squad coming out from We Have Org. We are going to see a triple DPS, obviously, with Twolz jumping over to that Widowmaker. Way fast on the Tracer and Danad on the Hanzo.
It's actually going to be Cast moving in on the Diva, which is interesting. Usually there's a Yata player, and Leaf's gone down. You've got to try and move forward here to try and deny the res, but of course only having Orisa can be very difficult to deny that space. At least now they know Eagle Gaming don't have this available for a later engagement.
They did try and Holt actually the Mercy out. They could see that res animation going off. They try and hold the Mercy, see if they can get something. Only found a Ryan in the end, but Trolls once again punishing the DPS players of Eagle Gaming with Nico going down. Daned's in a bit of rough spot, but you know that Leap is on a very short cooldown also. And look how Twolz is playing. He's playing so aggressive in the front line. Normally you see a Widowmaker stand up in the back trying to snipe that Farah, but not today. Twolz has decided to take it boots on the ground and just make sure he's with the rest of his team.
Daned taken down, and Yofi springing out the Valkyrie for return of the Eagle Gaming roster. Nico is back.
Yeah, Graviton extremely early from Hardest, built that up incredibly quickly. Midna is going to go down to Leaf, and Cass is going to soon follow him. We'll see if they do stick with this comp. They are near a couple of ultimates, way fast with that pulse bomb, more importantly.
Let's just point out that Hardest got his ultimate faster than either Leaf or Nico did, and that is actually insane. That is like very mathematically hard. He must have had a huge amount of charge, and you can get that pretty easily versus these high DPS compositions by shielding a priority target like that, just like Hip.
What a perfect shield. I wish I had him in every single one of my comp games every time I get pulse bombed, but he is going to shield that one up and claim 40 charge for it as well, so this is exactly where he's getting it from. And now Leaf has actually worked himself towards an ultimate, same with Nico, so they got a couple of ultimates here. They can lay down that shadow and lay two offensive ultimates in them as well, if they so choose. Doesn't look like they're just going to go for the solo Dragon Strike, as Midna is caught unawares behind that shield and actually gets taken out, but Twolz once again finding another kill, but there's no push in here. If you just kill one member, it's not going to work. Defense is so hard and fast, especially behind Super Book shield.
Hardest getting hit there with a damage boosted headshot and left with 10 health, but the finish wasn't there from the rest of We Have Org, so he's going to get healed up and also give a huge amount of ultimate charge over to Eagle Gaming supports. Hip's almost ready there with the Transcendence and Super Fluke with that all-important Earth Shadow, but everyone's going to be stuck in behind Midna's shield. We'll have to see what We Have Org can do to move forward.
Another Dragon Strike, but this time Eagle Gaming and going to take the brunt of it. Nico going extremely low, and a Transcendence actually committed by Hip. Daned takes the 1v1 onto Nico, and Mercy goes for the res. A body block from Hip though to keep him alive. Hip almost goes down, but Daned is going to bite the dust instead. Leaf now is going to fall to way fast. Somehow he won the battle in the air. However, Hardest once more at the backs, and another Graviton Surge was built up quick enough once again. And Eagle Gaming still hold on the defense. They are going to give up a tick, however, because that Widowmaker was on the point the entire time. But with 60 seconds remaining, We Have Org need to do something fast.
That's exactly what you want from your support duo, Jaws. I would literally take a bullet for you, says Hip, or an arrow in this case, and he manages to save Lilbo and save the defense there. Eagle Gaming on their map pick, they knew exactly what they were going to do when they moved into Eichenwald. We Have Org right now are floundering. Midden needs to move forward on the Reinhardt to change up. Cast is still at his back, but they've only got the one healer, so Midden's going to be feeling incredibly vulnerable as he moves in here against so many offensive ultimates, and already the Dragons are coming through.
Dragons are just splitting the rest of the team up. Midden goes extremely low. Those rockets from Leaf pounding him out of existence. existence. Oh, Twolz actually erases Lee from existence as well. A self-destruct goes near to the point, but everybody's going to escape alive on the side of Eagle Gaming. We have Org now playing a little bit more aggressively because one support is now down. Twolz activating the Infosights is going to get a good bit of vision around this corner, and that Dragon Strike was laying perfectly down by Daned. Is the combination we've been seeing a lot more often here, Harry. This Infosights mixed with the Dragons to spot everybody out, lay the Dragons through, and then the push comes from there.
Channeling Verena Bazooka Puppies, Overtime Warriors. This time we have Org, and they will be granted a courtesy 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get this battering ram moving through the courtyard of the castle and try and get it to that door. But Eagle Gaming, they're swapping it up. They no longer want to play this do-si-do, little bit of love tap across the field with the DPS. Instead, they're going to go get stuck in. The 3-3 is on the field, and they are already at the gates.
And they really want to make sure they do not get an inch of space. We have Org now have that Pharah instead. This vertical mobility, also important on an Icon Bolt. It's going to be theirs for the time being, although Hardest working up towards another Graviton Surge. Not sure how he builds them up so quickly, but it's working wonders for Eagle Gaming.
They gave up a centimeter there to We Have Org. They couldn't afford to. Now the door is open, and that will continue to move forward. A little bit of a low flight there from Twolz, and he's punished for it.
Ran out of fuel in the jets, and now Hardest has another Graviton Surge. Wayfast is going to get chased down, and with Leaf on this Brigitte, might opt for a switch here. However, he does have Pulse Bomb.
Hardest is going to have to try and build up a little bit more energy now. He's lost a bit of it and used that personal barrier to try and gain, but We Have Org are going to be very much looking for that vulnerability. Wayfast may decide to deliver him a Pulse Bomb now that the personal shield isn't available, but of course the Graviton Surge can be what ends the next push.
Well, Hardest now stepping forward, being extremely aggressive. We might just lay it out straight here, but We Have Org playing it very smart. They're actually spreading out, and Hip spreads out a little bit too much there as he explodes into 1,000 pieces. There's the Graviton Surge in the back line. He's going to catch Cash. He has no Transcendence to actually save the rest of his team, and Midna's going to go down as well. A familiar time bank now remains for We Have Org. 60 seconds remaining. Wayfast still punishing the supports in the back line, but he cannot step anywhere near that Brigitte.
Dan using a little bit of a frivolous Dragon from Spawn there to try and defend his teammates who were in the Graviton Surge. I was wondering if he was going to swap over, but instead he's just going to build up to another one incredibly fast. He's already got, if he gets another Dragon Strike, that's actually insane.
Well, they're going to push forward again. However, being punished this time around, you can see how far Nico was into their side of the map, but Hardest had to retreat fairly quickly, punished by the Winston, trapped him in the bubble, and there was nothing he could do.
Indeed, and one of the main downsides of running a tank-heavy competition is that when you get wiped, you get wiped hard because you lose so much health over the course of that fight. You feed a huge amount of ultimates to the enemy team, and you can see that Twolz ready to come in with a barrage, Yofi ready with a Valkyrie, Daned ready with the Dragon Strike, and the clock ready to run down to 0.
Well, they're going to jump and go over for a nice flank here. Twolz is going to have to make his way over to this fight. Wayfast goes down because Little Bo just 1v1'd him on the Lucio. Oh yes, he was looking for the prey and he finally managed to gobble it up. A self-destruct launched into the air and a Transcendence coming through from Cass. That's only going to find one kill, but that might be all they need. A Shadow does come down, but it's completely blocked by that bubble coming through from Midna. A Coalescence to damage Twolz in the air, so he has to run to safety. And now Nico, he's one hungry boy as he eats the entirety of that ultimate coming through from Twolz. They end up killing Wayfast. Everybody stepped off the point and / all were dead, and We Have Org halted before the second point.
A formidable defense there from Eagle Gaming, but the question is, can We Have Org do one better and try and hold on first point here to claim a second map win? It looks unlikely. There's a clear win condition here for the Eagles. Claim first point, get about halfway through second, and sometimes that can be easier said than done when you look at how formidable the Icon Vault defenses we've seen in the past actually are.
And Eagle Gaming did something quite intelligent, especially when they knew they lost that first point. Reset very quickly, switched over to this 3-3, sped boost themselves past the gate, and held We Have Org there for so long. That journey from point number 1 to point 2 is just so dangerous, and you could see We Have Org was setting up for the vertical mobility by switching over to the Pharah. They just couldn't make it work straight out of the gate because they were forced almost all the way back to their spawn.
And because Eagle Gaming are incredibly economical with their resources like healing, it made sure that Hip, when he brought out that Coalescence, was not forced to use it to heal up his comrades, but instead could focus on the anti-air duel that the rest of his teammates couldn't take. It was pressuring Twolz, and when Twolz got low, that meant that Yofi had to move from the tanks on the ground where he was fighting out against Superfluke and Nico to go and heal Twolz. And when Yofi's in the air, he's easy tracking for a Coalescence, got taken down there, and then We Have Org just started to fall apart because he didn't have the healing to sustain that.
Well, Eagle Gaming now on the offense, and we have Org jumping over to the defense. Bit of a different defense from Eagle Gaming, though. They are running that 3-3 once more, so saying and, you know, flexing a little bit here, saying we don't need that many tanks. Midna obviously jumping onto the Winston is going to be able to help out Cass and Yofi, but it's all going to be about Wave Fast here. Can he get to the back line of Eagle Gaming and take out a couple of supports? Maybe not if they run this comp.
Not only that, can Wave Fast survive? Cass and Yofi may well be trying to keep each other alive without a diva to watch their backs, and only Midna with a 13-second shield cooldown to try and give them any cover if they're caught out. And Eagle Gaming, they're going to be moving forward with a speed boost here, so you can imagine that this big old lump of meat for Eagle Gaming are proffering is going to be smacking into the metallic shell of Cass with absolute ferocity.
Hey, that's a lot of ult charge, but you can't really use those ults if you're already dead. They are just looping around to the point here, taking as little damage as they possibly can. You can see only 12s and Wayfast really building up to anything here. Danad hasn't even had an inch in.
He hasn't yet, of course. Lilbo's waiting for a second speed boost. Superflute's going to lead the way, and you can see they're firing into this corridor, but they haven't got much damage out yet. Nico already up into the air, challenging out to Oz, but hasn't got enough damage. He could be caught out here.
And he might be a little bit caught out as he does get Discord orbed as well. There's a Sonic Arrow on him to reveal his position. Actually just gets chased down by not a DPS player. Of course, it is going to be Cass who actually claims the kill in the end himself. Wavefast is going to be damaging the backline, or at least trying to, build himself up towards the Pulse Bomb, which is going to be the most useful ability right now for him. As Pulse Pistol's not doing too much those tanky targets, not when there's a Coalescence on the field either. 12 jumps straight onto Hip, however, at Coalescence you can't use that fade, and 12 makes perfect use of that and kills hardest as well. They are going to halt the push from Eagle Gaming thus far.
A perfect understanding of distance there from Tolls to make sure he got the exact amount of damage he needed to remove Hip in but a blink of an eye. The Coalescence was gone, the healing was down. Eagle Gaming just waiting to be roasted by We Have Org. And Danet's had enough now of the Hanzo. He's decided he's going to move over to the Doomfist. He remembers just how effective it was in trying to placate the Eagle Gaming attack on Lijiang Tower Gardens. He's going to try and capture the same magic again.
Well, when Doomfist goes in, remember, he does receive a temporary shielding, much like Lucio's sound barrier, so he's a little bit more tanky when he does go for these all-in engages, and tanks don't initially have a lot of that damage, so he is very, very sustained in these fights, especially when he has Jofi and Cass at his back. There's Wayfast going down, that's the target Leaf wanted to go for, however, look at Twolls, already building up towards another barrage, 95%. Nico's going to try him in the air every opportunity he gets. Twolls is going to have to do something here, though, because Cass is already going to go down. That Transcendence is unusable now. Leaf ends up falling to the barrage of 12s. However, Resurrection onto Cass makes sure We Have Org have 2 supports on the point.
Yeah, they won't be able to bring back Leaf. And now Wavefast is taken down by the Earth Shadow. There we go. Sound barrier coming out as well from Eagle Gaming, making sure everybody's nice and healthy.
Nico finally finding Cass. Danit is going to come back on the Doomfist with a Meteor Strike, but little to no avail as Midna is going to go down as well.
All taken down, and now We Have Org need to plan to move forward into the second point defense. There are 5 minutes they have to hold Eagle Gaming here, a significantly longer time bank than We Have Org themselves had. And it looks like they're going to be mirroring the strategy. They've gone for 3 supports, they've gone for 3 tanks. The question is, how early are they going to take the engagement here? Looks like they are going to actually wait a little bit longer, and here they come, waiting for the gate to open so that potentially they can leave Cass up on high ground where it'll be much safer.
But they're just jumping in straight into hardest right now, and he has that Graviton Surge as well as Hip having that Coalescence. Could be quite a devastating combination considering We Have Org have only just switched this composition. They're going to choose to speed boost in, however the Graviton Surge does stick them all to the car. Coalescence is ripping them apart as Super Blue is able to quickly swing away also. He's going to build us up towards a Shatter as well.
And him, I imagine he's going to move back, turn over on to Zenyatta instead, so that he can lay down that Discord Orb. And I wonder if we are going to see We Have Org take any proactive swaps here. Probably not. They need to rush their way back to a point, because look at how close it is to a golden box of victory. The music hasn't even started yet, Jaws, but we've got to hype it up here because we know that We Have Org are on the ropes.
3 minutes remaining now, and We Have Org have to act. They are going to jump in, get a large charge onto Wayfast, but nowhere near that Graviton Surge just yet. The Shadow does hit the floor, and that rally actually gets completely cancelled. Danet's not going to be able to provide armor to the rest of his team, and We Have Org, they're all but done. Eagle Gaming are going to be able to push that cart on its merry way and claim Eichenwald.
Their map pick, Eagle Gaming, really did bring it back here, and you got to wonder, is the control curse still here? Do you have the underdog win out on Lijiang Tower Oasis and then have the sweep come through from the more favorited team? But of course, we can move over now to the, after our break, the map pick of We Have Org, and we'll have to see if it's as effective as Eagle Gaming's was.
Right now, 3-3, looking the meta for Eagle Gaming, and when We Have Org actually go up against them in the mirror, it is Eagle Gaming winning it out. However, when We Have Org jump over to the things like Doomfist, triple DPS, they really do have some fantastic uses and target calling as well.
Yeah, they do manage to play quite a bit of impressive DPS compositions, but it feels like Eagle Gaming sort of sniffing them out, and unlike Evolved, they knew they could defend it more effectively.
We're going to jump over to the desk, however. They're going to break down the half of this series a little bit more.